Good morning, guys. In this video we're going to be talking about some preventative health care that you can do on your flock. And when I talk about your flock, I'm speaking of chickens and quail and turkeys and ducks and pheasants and all of that. At some point, if you're chicken keeping and poultry keeping, your flock is going to end up getting worms. More than likely they're going to end up getting mites and lice and stuff like that. You can do the best that you can to prevent all of that stuff, but those parasites and stuff are outside, and at some point they're bound to get them. It doesn't matter how clean you keep your area and everything, it's just bound to happen. You may be aware that they have them and you may not be aware. Chickens typically need to be wormed at a minimum of twice a year and up to 4 times a year. I do an actual worming that I get from my vet twice a year, but I also do a lot of preventative worming throughout the year. And for mites and stuff like that, I treat once a month. It's easier, like I said, to prevent them from happening than to treat them once they happen. Once you get mites, they can turn into an infestation extremely quickly. A mite's life cycle is complete within about a week. They lay eggs and all of that, and there's a lot of things out there that will kill mites, but a lot of times those things kill the live mites. They don't actually kill the eggs, so then you have to turn around and retreat once those eggs hatch. So it can get out of hand very, very quickly. So I'm going to show you some things that I'm using on a regular basis with my flock that has helped me. And a lot of this stuff I do, like I said, as a preventative measure and to keep me from having to treat, just preventing. So one of the first things is apple cider vinegar. Parasites like worms and mites both, they do not like the taste of apple cider vinegar. I put this in my chicken's water weekly, and I actually this hopefully is the last bottle that I'm purchasing at the store. I have recently started making my own homemade apple cider vinegar, so I'm very, very excited about that I will be able to provide my own apple cider vinegar for my flock. And I've got my rooster back here. He is trying to put his 2 cents into this video, so don't listen to him. He has no idea what he's talking about. This here is diatomaceous earth. This is quite a large bag. I have a large flock. You can purchase smaller bags. Make sure when you're buying diatomaceous earth, though, that it is the food grade. This here can be used in many, many ways. You can mix it into their feed. You can also put it into their dust baths. By putting it in their feed, it acts as a dewormer. By putting it in their dust baths, it helps treat mites and stuff like that. So it's multi-purpose. Put it on their roost and stuff like that. It works very, very, very well. Just make sure you have the food grade. And one other thing that I use to treat mites, and this here I use every single month. Now, I will warn you, this here is called Elector PSP. It is extremely expensive. This little bottle is 8 ounces. It's $150 for this bottle. The good thing is, though, is this bottle will last you years. You use very, very little. I think it's like 2 ounces per 10 gallons. Now, I do not mix that much. I don't need that much. I mix it here just in a little spray bottle. I use it, and I actually spray every single one of my chickens every month. I spray the roosting bars. I spray all around the inside of the coop and even on the outside of the coop. This stuff works wonders. It is one thing that with mites, it actually kills the eggs and the live mite, where diatomaceous earth will only kill the live mite. It will not kill the eggs. So using diatomaceous earth, you will have to retreat. This here is a one-use solution. I mean, and it works wonders. Invest in a bottle of it. I know it's pricey, but this here will save you if you have mites. You can get them under control within 24 to 48 hours. It is easy. All right, so here in just a second, we are going to go out. I've already added apple cider vinegar to their water this morning when I filled up their water, so they are good to go on that. We're going to put diatomaceous earth on the ground and on the roosting bars and all of that on the insides of the coop and around the outside of the coop. It's not going to rain here over the next several days, so this stuff will stay active and will do what it needs to do. Diatomaceous earth, what it does is it cuts into the parasite and it actually dehydrates them and kills them. And like I said before, you can put this into their feed, and you can put it on the actual chickens, and you can put it onto the ground and in their dusting baths and stuff like that. So it's very, very easy. I don't personally wear gloves when using it, but I highly suggest using gloves. A lot of people, it does irritate their skin. My skin is very non-sensitive, so it does not irritate me at all. And then we are going to work on catching every single chicken and spraying them. Now when spraying them with this, I'm going to be spraying around the vent area, the back of their necks, underneath their wings, and things like that, where mites like to hang out and lay their eggs and stuff. So it is going to be quite the chore. I will catch a chicken and try to show you where I spray and all of that, and I'll show you putting out the diatomaceous earth as well. And I do want to mention there are a lot of other ways to deworm and prevent parasites. Pumpkins is one of them. A lot of herbs and stuff like that work with these problems as well. So choose which way is right for you, but I do encourage you to do a lot of preventative measures. A lot of people don't think of worming their chickens, but if you sit back and think about it, all animals at some point need to be wormed. They are living outside. They are pecking at the ground, the same ground that they poop on, and all kinds of stuff. They're eating insects and all of that, and all it takes is one infected insect to infect your flock, and once one has it, it's bound to spread to the rest. That chicken is more than likely going to poop on a piece of food that is somehow on the ground, whether you put it there or they scratched it out of their pan, and the other chicken eats it, and then they can be contaminated with worms as well. Mites travel from chicken to chicken. They like to actually hide underneath the roosting bars, so when you're treating your coop, make sure you check underneath the roosting bars and spray or put the diatomaceous earth on the underside. But treat everywhere that you possibly can to help prevent these problems from happening to your flock. Alright, so I've got one little section of my roosting area cleaned. Typically, I would clean the whole entire thing before doing this. For now, I'm just going to clean this one area just so I can show you how to put the diatomaceous earth out and how to spray your elector PSP if that's what you're planning on using. So this area over here, I have scraped all of this, and your roost and all of that, depending on your chicken house, could look different. I have roosting bars, and I have what I call my poop deck down below. I do not do the deep litter method because of where I live, and I do not like the poop to pile up and have all that ammonia smell and everything going on. So I use this poop deck, and what the poop deck actually allows me to do, the benefit of that is you actually see all the chickens poop. Gross stuff, but if any of my chickens have worms and stuff like that, I will spot it in their poop, because I actually clean this off every single day. I have quite a few chickens that live in this particular coop, so there is a look at what will happen in 24 hours with a lot of chickens in your coop. Lots and lots of poop for me to clean up every day, but it's something that I choose to do. So we got Frosty over here. She is going to help us put the diatomaceous earth out, apparently. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab some of my diatomaceous earth, and like I said before, please use gloves, guys. This stuff can really irritate your skin, even if you don't have sensitive skin. I have found that it does not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to first take it, and I'm throwing it all over the edges. I want to get all the way around the outer side of the of my poop deck here, and all over my poop deck. Mites like to kind of hide in corners and stuff like that. I've got some of it up here on my roost and all of that. And then I'm going to come in behind, and I'm actually going to spray a little bit of elector PSP, just as a extra precaution. I don't ever have problems with mites, and I do not ever want to have problems with mites. Here is my spray bottle of my elector PSP, and now I'm just going to spray my roost on the edges where I do not have my diatomaceous earth, and then I will go back also and spray the undersides of all of these. So I'm going to get all these sprayed, and then we will spray a chicken here in just a moment to might use Frosty over here since she has so much to say apparently. I think she's telling me she wants to be first. Oh, okay, sure. You can go first. I won't argue with that. Let me get this finished, and then we will spray Frosty down for mites. So Frosty decided she did not want to be used for the demonstration. It doesn't surprise me. She was all talk and no action. So I've got Whiny Baby over here. Her name is Whiny Baby because she loves to whine. She whines about everything until she gets her way. And I have decided I cannot spray her one-handed and hold the camera. So I'm just going to show you the areas where I do spray. I do spray right here, lifting up the feathers on the back side of her neck. I will lift up her wings. Come here, whiny baby honey. I will lift up her wings and spray underneath her wings. And then back here, spread her feathers by her vent and spray around her vent. That is where mites typically like to hang out. And like I said, this is just a preventive measure. If you actually have mites on your chickens, you may have to spray them in other places, and that is completely fine. It is safe to spray them. You can spray that Elector PSP all over the ground. And while they're in the nesting boxes, actually, that reminds me, when you are treating for lice and mites and all of that good stuff, add diatomaceous earth to your nesting boxes. Spray them with the Elector PSP, whichever one it is that you're using, or both. Put it on the ground and all of that stuff. Make sure you treat everywhere. A lot of times, like I said, it doesn't matter how clean you keep your area. You can get mites from the hay that you purchased. It could be in the hay and in the straw and in the pine shavings that you brought home from the store. So you are very unaware that you even carried these little parasites home with you and introduced them to your flock. It's just something that happens. Places that grow a lot of hay, they store it for quite some time sometimes, and it just gets in there, guys. It's in the bedding that you're using sometimes. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I've got quite a few chickens to get sprayed today. I got to finish cleaning off that poop deck and get the diatomaceous earth down and add it to their dusting areas and all of that good stuff. Hopefully this video has helped you. Hopefully it has made you aware that your flock does need to be wormed and treated for parasites. I know it may not be something that you've ever even thought about. And it's not that you're doing a bad job or any of that. You could just not be aware that it was an issue or a problem that could be arising. If your chickens have mites, though, one way to typically tell is you will see them grooming quite a bit, an abnormal amount of grooming. And it's not uncommon for chickens to kind of peck at themselves and groom their feathers. But if you notice that your whole entire flock is constantly grooming themselves, check them. They more than likely have mites. You'll see eggs, and they'll be in like these little clusters that are white. I tried to find a chicken a while ago that had mites. Thank goodness I could not find one, but I kind of hoped that I could, just so I could show you what a mite looks like, and maybe if they had some eggs on them, to be able to show you that. But I do not have a chicken out here that I could find that has any mites. So yay, I'm very excited about that, but I really wanted to show you guys that. So thank you for watching this video, and if you like it, please subscribe.